So everyone agree that it's USB?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, external.
Yes, USB. SATA is internal. eSATA is external. That might have been where some of you might have gotten thrown out. But overall, USB would be for the external one. Good, good. Next one, Lázaro.
Which technology is based on flash memory and is intended eventually to replace conventional hard disk drives that have moving disks and other mechanics? I put solid state drive. That's number C in this one here.
Everyone agree, solid state drives?
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
I got that one wrong.
You got that one. How'd you get that one wrong if everybody got it right? You must have guessed it right. But you put SSD. Everybody put an SSD, all 10. Next one. Where we at? Jordan.
Which of the following RAID types uses a drive mirroring algorithm? I chose RAID 1 and RAID 10.
Everyone agree?
I agree.
Yes.
Yes.
RAID 1 will be mirroring, and then RAID 10 is mirroring with striping. RAID 0 doesn't have any redundancy. It is only striping. Next one, Teresa.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Which of the following requires a minimum of 4 hard drives? I put RAID 10.
Yep.
Everyone agree? RAID 10. That is correct. Next one. Alexa.
A user wants to convert their current computer into an audio-video editing workstation by upgrading components. They want to start upgrading the hard drive, which of the following hard drives should be chosen to maximize read-write speed? Can you go down? I can't see the. Is it D?
Everyone agree? D?
I agree.
That's what I put.
Correct. SSD drive or flash drive. Is this one, everyone understand that obviously SATA, yes, it is faster than IDE. At the same time, SSD or flash drive would be faster. The faster out of all of them. Because I could have a hard drive that has SATA, while SSD is faster. Next one. Justin.
Which feature of ATX systems prevents a user from turning off the system before operating system has been shut down? That would be D, soft power.
Correct. Soft power is the one who gives us that feature. Questions or doubts on that one? Next one, Carlos.
Do you want me to read the question?
Yes, please.
The following voltage pairings, which one accurately represents the input and output respectively of power supplies and AC adapters? I put C, AC and DCR.
Everyone agree?
I agree.
Correct. AC in, DC out. Next question, DeAndre.
All right. Which of the following is not a consideration when upgrading power supplies? It's the question I had a tough time with.
Same here. That's like the last one I went to when I was like, nope, skip.
Yeah, I had to come back to this one. No.
You want to take a wild guess what I don't have to take into consideration?
That it has a non-removable.
Is there non-removable?
B.
B as in boy, non-removable. That is correct. You guys
Hey,
guessed.
we all had trouble, but we all got it right.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That's because all of them here were all correct. So the one that was incorrect, obviously, was this one.
Is it because every power supply is removable?
That is correct.
Oh, so it's a trick question.
Inside the study, one of the things I stated was that it's not soldered on. The actual power supply unit, you can actually take it out and you can replace it. We know that obviously we're not going to be doing that a lot. At the same time, it is replaceable, especially if you're upgrading it. You want to be able to go and remove those 4 screws to be able to upgrade the unit itself. If not, you would have to go get a whole brand new case every time, which is kind of not cost effective. Next question. Pablo.
When replacing a power supply, which of the following tends to vary among power supplies and must be chosen properly to support all connected devices? I put A, wattage.
Everyone agree? A, wattage?
I agree.
Correct, wattage. Good job. Next one. Oh, come back, mouse. Christina.
Which of the following statements about power supplies is true? D.
Everyone agree, D?
I agree.
Correct. Power supply converts AC into DC output.
Europe has a higher voltage.
I'm sorry?
I said Europe has a higher voltage.
Yes.
Right.
Europe has a higher voltage. So it was a kind of a trick question there where if you pick this one and read it too quick, you might have believed that, yes, you're going to switch, but not to a lower setting. You would be setting it to a higher setting, right? If it's not the automatic one, you would be going to higher setting, not to the lower setting. At least if you're not Lázaro, because he tends to torture machines.
Hey, I used to be a tester.
No, I forgot. Who was the last person I just called on?
It was me.
All right, cool. Lázaro, your turn.
Okay. What are the output voltages that have commonly produced by PC power supplies over the years? Choose 5. That's 12, 5, 3.3. I know it's talking about plus and negative, so it's going to be plus -12, plus -5. There is none for 3.3 volts, usually commonly, just a plus.
Okay. 3.3 positive, as he stated, and all the other ones positive and negative. There is no negative 3.3 inside these motherboards. I'm sorry, inside these power supplies. Next one, Jordan.
What peripheral port type was originally designed by Apple and currently regarded as the optimal interface for digital video transfer? That would be C, i.e. 1394, or firewire.
Firewire. Firewire. Next question, Teresa, number 14.
What peripheral port type is expandable using a hub? Operates at 1.5 Mbps and is used to connect various devices from printers to cameras to PCs. I think I forgot this one. But I just put. Did I put B or C? I think I put B.
Everyone agree? 1.1
I agree.
USB?
I
That is
put B.
correct. USB 1.1.
That one's good. Okay, never mind.
Next one, Alexa.
Which of the following interfaces is equivalent to DisplayPort with PCIe added in? I don't. A.
Everyone agree? Thunderbolt?
Yeah.
I agree.
That is correct. Thunderbolt.
Hey, what is number B? Is that just like random numbers? I mean letters?
I would say that's random letters. I don't remember us getting this one.
I think that one is like the
Yeah,
screen.
the wide UXGA. That's the 1921. The Hyper VX GA. There we go. That was one of the GAs that we were talking about earlier.
It sounds like meat to me, like a waggy.
Hyper U. This see how it says WUXGA. Same thing.
These things are expensive.
Yeah, a little bit expensive. I don't know why.
Oh my god, why is it so expensive?
Laser, bro. This one's laser, bro. Laser projector.
That's like a down payment on a house.
89,000, bro. That thing better clean my room or something. I'm not sure. That's a lot of money right there. All right. Any other questions on this question? Kind of redundant.
That's all.
Cool. Next one. That was Alexa who just read the last one. Can Justin, could you help us with the next one?
Which of the following is not an example of a connector for a standard peripheral input device? I put a 1/8 jack.
Okay, everyone agree?
I think I disagree. Usually a 1/8 jack is common. I think it's the 1/4 that's not common.
Okay. Which one?
I'm pretty sure I got this one.
About this one. It's B.
I put C, but I wasn't sure.
Two. I put C.
I put B actually.
The sub miniature is a DB sub. That's a D. That's just a mini DIN used. But we stated 1/8 jack is usually not an input. Not for input. The only time I would use it for audio is not for really for peripherals for data.
I thought you can use a 1/8 for mics.
That is correct. It is for mic, but is it a one for input in reference to standard peripherals for any device?
Oh, okay. I think I understand a little bit better. I was overthinking it.
Yes, you were. I'm pretty sure everybody was. We're talking about mini DIN, D sub miniature, and USB. There is many different devices that I can use. I can connect a lot of devices with USB. We all agree. The DB ports that I have, I can connect various devices. Mini DINs, I can connect various devices. As for a 1/8 jack, we just stated only one device that can go in there, and that would be an audio device. It's not meant for anything else. An input of audio, be a mic or a line in. There's not various things that you can do.
Standard was the word.
Yeah, the one that got everybody was that standard input for any device. So basically, they didn't put any device, but standard peripheral input device. We like to do these things.
So it's just USB.
1.8 jack, I believe, is our correct answer.
And then
Good job, Justin. I did not get it.
I didn't get that one either.
You gotta help. You gotta be my study buddy next time.
Next one here.
Fair, I guess.
Next one here. Alexa. No, actually, was it Justin that I just called last? So DeAndre, sorry. DeAndre. My fault.
All right. Which of the following allows for audio and video connections using a single cable? I have to go with A, HDMI.
Everyone agree?
I agree.
I agree.
Good job. Yes. Parallel cables is meant for printers, scanners, and other devices like that, where is the DB25 with the SCSI connector on the Centronics connector on the other side. Next one, Carlos.
Why you didn't open it?
Right. Sorry, that's mine of you. Over there. Shh, over there.
I can back him up.
Give me 1 second.
All right, go ahead, Pablo. Actually, he's got it.
Sorry, is that I'm babysitting.
Not a problem.
All right.
We understand.
Which of the following connectors would be found on a twisted pair cable? I chose A.
Hey, does everyone agree?
I agree.
Yes, it's A. What is used for BNC? BNC connector.
Correct.
Coaxial cable, correct. That's that black cable. Next one, Pablo.
Which of the following would be the best choices of personal display technology if a user wants to have desk space and not have to deal with interference from nearby speakers? Ugh, I hate this one. I had trouble with this one myself.
Is HDMI a type of monitor?
No, I put CRT.
Okay, CRT is the old tube. If you remember, CRT, if I degauss it, which is a humongous magnet, it will create interference on the actual unit.
I was between that one and projector, but I think, I don't know.
Okay. Anyone want to help him out? Which one would?
LCD.
LCD.
See.
It's LCD with the LEDs, the ones that can do that the magnet from these speakers won't create any interference. The CRT, which is the catheter.
That kind of like tripped me out because like the desk space and it says not have to deal with interference from nearby speakers. What does that mean?
The magnets inside the speakers create interference on the CRTs, and basically a projector you wouldn't put on your desk, would you?
No.
A projector you're not gonna put on your desk, so that was a trick question there. And then the only other one that was legitimate maybe was CRT, but the tubes back in the days, you would actually grab a humongous magnet and go like that in front, if you remember, in front of the actual screen to degauss it. To one point, they actually had CRT tubes who had a button that you can go and press, which was to degauss it, and it would actually fix the colors because you would actually just press the magnet to massage the screen, and it kind of got rid of that burn-in image that sometimes Windows or any other operation system creates on the screen.
Oh, I get it now. Yeah. I read it completely wrong.
Yeah. So this one here is in reference to the speakers itself is creating the magnetic interference.
Okay.
So how did we do? Woo! The majority of us. I would love to see a projector on your desk, but I mean, I'm not sure how that's going to work out at the end. All right. Next question. Christina.
Which of the following have been common methods to backlight an LCD monitor? Choose 2, B, and E.
Everyone agree? LED and Fluorescent lights?
I agree.
That is correct. LEDs and fluorescent lights are the ones on the LCD monitor. The OLEDs is a completely different type of technology. Number 21. All right, Lázaro.
All right. What statement about LCD monitor is accurate? I think I put C. Yeah. Those based on TN technology are preferred by gamers.
We agree?
I agree.
That is correct.
Everybody here's a PC master race.
I don't even remember that question.
DeAndre, you're doing great. You keep on getting them all right.
You got instinct.
I think he's got an app
Don't worry.
that just flips from A through D or E, and he just hits a coin. All right, the odds are doing good.
Oh.
Keep on. When in doubt, C. All right, here we go. Next one, Jordan.
Which, what? Oh, while approaching an older, I had a problem with this one. While approaching an older LCD panel from the side, you don't realize there's actually an image displayed on it until you're almost in front of it. Which options might explain why you cannot detect the image from the side? Choose two. They didn't let me choose two.
This one is hard.
It
but
could be C for one.
Yeah, I think definitely C.
An E?
C and E.
Yeah. I did not have these options. Or at least I didn't have B in the rest of them.
I went with A.
It didn't tell me, yo, this is
I
weird.
went
It didn't tell me to
with
choose
E,
two.
and I went with E and C.
That's correct. We talked about the privacy filters, and then we talked about the passive matrix within the LCD panels, which if I was on the side, I'm not able to see it very well. Well, I shouldn't be able to see it.
That's what passive matrix is?
That was a passive matrix LCD panel, correct? We spoke about that during also our review earlier today when we were doing the review, the different LCDs that there is. So it was the LCD with the TN, and then the passive matrix with the filter is the features that we have for the older LCD panel. Hey, next question, Alexa.
Which of the following cable types deliver a non-digital signal? D.
D, and which one? There's two.
And B.
D and B. Everyone agree? D and B?
No. I think it's E. The A stands for analog, I think.
Correct. This is DVI digital. This is DVI analog. It should be D and E. HDMI is digital. That's digital, and so is DisplayPort. Those are all digital ports. Next question, Justin.
Which of the following parts of a laptop screen provides illumination for the LCD? That would be the backlight. B.
Everyone agree? Backlight?
Yeah.
Correct. Backlight. Woohoo. Next question, DeAndre.
You have been asked to set up a workstation for a new graphic design at your computer, at your company. Which of the following is not a requirement for a graphic design workstation?
What's not required for a graphics designer?
It would be A.
Everyone agree?
I agree.
That is correct. The graphics PC does not require a fast hard drive because he's only designing graphics. He's not utilizing any editing of video or audio, which requires that fast response rate.
I hope I didn't read that one wrong.
Number 26, Carlos.
You have been hired as a consultant for a video editing company that needs all new workstations for its 6 editors. Which of the following is required when constructing an AV editing workstation?
Okay, which one?
What?
Out of all these that are there, which one I must have inside an AV editing machine?
I chose C.
Okay.
I think I got that. I think I got that wrong there.
Okay.
I have a different too.
I went B. I wasn't sure like which one was more or which one was like more important.
I mean, they're all
I wanna
important,
see.
except maybe the NIC. I put with B though. I mean, you do need a fast hard drive for sure, but
There you
if you don't have
go.
a processor.
There you go. You just hit it right on the. You must
What?
have a fast responding hard drive on an audio video. You must.
But wait, if you don't have a good
You do have a
processor, what's the
powerful
point?
processor. You do have a maximum. I think you have RAM. But the one thing that they noted, and they even put it in the notes, is that you must have a fast hard drive. They even put it in the
So,
notes, in the slide.
so basically, it's like the other
Go
question where, what do you must have for a graphic user? Is like, okay, I think I just misunderstood. No, I still kind of a little bit confused.
Some of them share things. We all agree that some of them share features that they must have. The one that this must have that you'll see that I don't think there's any other one except for maybe a gamer's PC, right? That has a fast hard drive and requires an SSD. Is there any other one except for the gamers that requires that? It even puts it in, if you look at the notes.
I think it's either the graphics one, or the video one is the one that needs a fast hard drive.
This is it. This is AV. AV stands for audio video. In case if you guys didn't know that, but that's what it means. It's audio video one. So if they're going to be doing that, we need a good hard drive. That is a must when they're editing, because they got to read and write to that drive as fast as possible. They're doing two things at the same time. When I'm starting to edit, you do realize that I'm editing in this machine and I create something. I have an original video, right? So it's got to bring that onto my screen while I'm editing, doing everything. It's creating another file with this information. So it's got to be able to read and write as fast as possible. If not, the rendering of all this stuff will take a lot of time. And you got a lot of problems with it too, that you may have corrupt videos where it doesn't look right, it's jumpy, and or problems with the video itself when you're editing.
I have that problem a lot.
That would be the most important
component. Yeah, that's it. That's a mandate. You can't even get our way around that one. That if you look, I know for sure. Oh yeah,
that's above the powerful processor.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter if I have a powerful processor if the hard drive can't deal with the speed. If it can't, it could be as fast as I want, but in the time that I'm trying to process that. Remember, there's 3 components in the processing, right? We have our RAM, we have our CPU, and we have our hard drive, and we're only as good as our weakest link. So if my weakest link is the hard drive, and I don't have a fast hard drive, it doesn't matter what processor or RAM I have in there. It's useless.
I don't know. I don't feel like that question is like it's not worded right. Like it's very vague, and
it is very vague, and
it's like
if you think this is vague, watch when we get to the test.
I don't say it's vague, but like all those 3 like are possible answers.
Agreed.
That would be right.
Correct. And if we look at the slides, I believe in Nearpod
I
or in
think
the book, there is a column where they have like a note section, and it says specifically it needs a fast hard drive.
I think the difference is because like there's a couple other configurations that obviously need a powerful processor and a maximum RAM, and kind of like the only two ones that really require fast hard drives are AV or gaming PCs.
Yeah, you got to look at
I think that's kind of like
We'll look at it afterwards. We'll go back to the Nearpod. If not in the book itself, you'll see that there's a column just for notes stating exactly what is it that they want. Like, I mean, even like for the audio video, I think they talk about the quality of the audio card or something like that. And for the gamers too, about the cooling, right? Those were specific little things, notes that they added on top of the processor and all that other components that they really needed. The extra little niche that PC has is a fast hard drive. That would be the most important component that you have to have. We agree. You need processor and you need maximum RAM. Totally agree. But it's niche and it's mandate out of all of them that you cannot play with. I don't even think you need a maximum RAM, do you guys?
No.
Say
It
on
just
a
really
video,
depends.
maximum RAM. It just says, I think it says powerful processor, fast hard drive, but I don't know about maximum RAM. Does it give you
You
maximum RAM?
should have high
Yeah, I
RAM,
think
but
so.
it's not a
It has
high
RAM.
requirement.
Does it say maximum RAM specifically?
No. Well, yeah, it says for video editing, it says you need as much RAM as possible.
Correct.
That's what I'm
but
saying. The question is very like
RAM,
not
like
a fair question.
No, I
But what tricked me was the fact that it said it needs as much RAM as possible, but then it says it requires a very powerful CPU, so that's why I put processor.
What's on the right side? What's that extra column on the right? The notes one. What's it say there? You know how it has 3 or 4 columns? It has like a little marking, and then it has an extra column on the right. Are you looking at that same little table, Pablo?
I don't think so. I'm just looking at the slide that talks about video editing.
Yeah, but it's like 2 or 3 slides afterwards. You'll see them all one on top of each other, and you'll find where it has a little note.
I don't see it. But what tricked me was the fact that, like, since we know that the processor is component by the RAM, the CPU, and the hard drive, that's why I thought the processor would be like the best one.
The most important thing. That's
Yeah.
what everybody thought.
Yeah,
But like it makes sense because of the whole like video.
Mhm.
Because without the fast flash drive, then you can't really edit as efficient. So I guess that's why, like, that's the only reason why I can connect to this question.
No problem. Next one. Who was reading the last one? I already forgot. We got stuck on that one there. Who's answering this question for us? The previous one?
Christina, I think.
Christina, then Lázaro.
You want me to go again?
I don't know. Were you the one that just read? Who read last?
I'll read it. I'll just read it.
Okay, go.
All right. Marcus, a network technician, has been asked to build an HTPC for his manager. Which of the following is not a common requirement that Marcus should consider for this custom configuration? So,
Anybody know what an HTPC is?
That's like a desktop, right?
That's a high tower. High tower versus a desktop. Versus this HT is high tower. The one that goes like
HT means
I'm aware of
tower?
HT. HT is high tower PC.
Oh, I thought that meant no.
So it's like this, like elongated.
The one that stands up, yeah. Versus a desktop is the one that goes like this. Because it's meant to lay down like this. A high tower is meant to stand up like this. We agree they're both the exact same size. And what is not inside there would be what? If they're both big cases.
I put micro ATX case.
Correct. Exactly. That's what's not going to be there. A micro ATX case is not going to be utilized
The
for a
only
high
reason
power
like
PC.
what helped me there was just the PC because that made it a desktop for me in my head.
It is a desktop. The difference is that HTPC is the one that stands up, while the desktop is the one that lays down where the monitor goes on top. It's because of the fact that, you know, the DVD drive? You see how the DVD drive is then laying down versus when it's here? Those DVD drives are meant to be like this. And even in the back, you'll see that the ports, the way they are when it's standing up, is meant to be like this. It's not meant to be laying down. You'll even see it. The desktops have all the ports on the motherboard going across like that, all of them. Versus the ones at the towers, they go up and down like that. You see the ports going up and down on the cards. The only difference. Nothing major.
Diego, quick question. How do you know this is, like, for example, when you do the test, how do you know the difference from a home theater and a high tower if they use that
Even if
acronym?
even if it's a home theater, it's still the same type of PC. Home theater PC and a high tower PC is still the same thing. Home theater PC is a PC, it's an ATX.
Home theater PCs usually aren't very small either.
They're not going to be a micro ATX case. Home theater PC or a high tower, which way you want to translate that. And if it was home theater PC, you agree it's going to have all the cards in there, right? I need space. I need a regular PC. I'm not going to have that little mini PC as inside a kiosk. The micro ATX is for a kiosk PC. A good catch there, Lazaro. You could call it also a home theater PC, right? They didn't tell us exactly which one. Either which way, it was a regular PC, not a small little PC, which is a micro ATX. Next one, Jordan.
You have recently installed a home server PC in your home so that all of your family members can share media. You have a router and a network cabling that support gigabit Ethernet. Why should you equip a home server PC with a gigabit NIC? Which one? C. The server should exceed the communication speed of the clients to avoid a bottleneck.
Everyone agree?
I agree.
Yes. C.
Because if it was A, then it wouldn't work, right? Because it needs more, like 30% more or whatever.
The server should have, much more speed than anything that's on that network. Usually the servers are the ones with gigabits and or the 10G, depending on the cost on this server itself. We want more bandwidth to the server so that when multiple computers try to attach to this, they're not eating up all the bandwidth of the actual server. If we have all of them at the same speed, the moment that multiple computers connect, then there's going to be a bottleneck, and then it's going to be a traffic jam like what we usually have in a Palmetto after 20 years of them expanding it.
It never ends.
I'm not upset at all about the Palmetto, as you can see. Any questions? All right. Next one. That was Jordan, right? Alexa.
The video editor at your company wants a second monitor, claiming that only having one monitor limits their ability to work. Why do AV editing workstations benefit from more than one monitor? A.
Everyone agree A?
I put B.
I put A.
Okay, let's see. We got A. Their software often
B.
enough control with. Okay, and the B says one graphics adapter works as a rendering project and the other just to display the normal desktop. That was close. That was very close. But, you know, as we said before, close only works for horseshoes and hand grenades.
No.
Because in order to have one working on the rendering, it would take more than simply a display.
Well, what they tricked you here is, yes, one is for rendering the project. The other is for the editing portion, which then like they said in A, is to be able to stretch across all controls and everything so that one screen you can see all your controls, your editing, put the music that I want, the little title, the graphics. While on this side, I have the other half of the actual application where I can see a playback of the actual thing. You can change how far you want it to stretch or not, the middle of these things. That's the reason why they require two.
Should have known that.
That was tricky.
You should know that. Come on, Jordan. You use it, the app, don't you? Don't you have that app?
I only have one monitor.
Ah. Now you know why. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you've noticed that it's pretty crammed in there when you have it all in one monitor.
Most definitely.
All right. Next question and the last one. Who's our brave soul for this one? We'll go for
I can
Justin.
do it.
Oh, DeAndre. All right, cool. DeAndre.
All right. The user has a CAD or CAM workstation that is to be reconfigured into a gaming PC. Which of the following would be the easiest and most effective upgrade? A, add a better card. Jesus.
Agreed. Sound card, better sound card will be the easiest and most cost effective. I don't need it, right? I don't need this. This doesn't matter. Right? And it's got nothing to do with what I'm trying to do. How do we do? All right. Great job, guys.
Dio, can you send me my score in a private message really quick?
Yeah, sure. I would have to get out of here and put this right here. Let me stop. Share. Easier. Results. Cool. That was Pablo?
Yeah.
All right.